Hey everybody, today I'm going to guide you through my go-to travel sequence. We all know that sitting in planes sucks, especially if you're sitting in a plane for multiple hours at a time, if you're not doing like a quick flight. Your body, or at least my body anyway, feels wrecked immediately afterwards. So these are kind of like my go-to things that I try out. I hope you enjoy them, and when you're ready, let's start at the top of the mat. Down dog, guys. So you come in a down dog, just take a second to get comfortable so you can pedal out your feet. You can bend your knees, you can do all the little wiggly things that you like to do, or maybe not do any of the wiggly things that you don't like to do. And then come in a down dog, guys, and just get still for a second. With your hands, try to find the action of like grabbing the mat and pulling it a little further towards you, or closer towards you. And then with your arms, then push that further away. So the arm bones are nice and straight. Then from there, take a big breath, inhale through the nose, and start to seal your lips on off as you exhale. Then inhale, look forward at your hands. Exhale, walk your feet forward about hip-width distance at the top of the mat. With your feet about hip-width distance, bend your knees lightly and then reach for opposite elbows. I want your head to drape heavy, 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 like as heavy as it can be. And then sway out from side to side. Release the low back just a bit. And then once you're done swaying, guys, come back to center, release the fingertips down. Slowly inhale with bent knees, ride the breath up to standing. And then as you ride the breath up, you fix your t-shirt or whatever shirt you're wearing, and then you stand nice and tall in Tadasana. So from Tadasana, guys, some pretty simple stuff. Nothing too crazy, but again, the basics that I just truly love. Ground down through your feet, palms turn forward, stand up nice and tall so the shoulders are coming up, down, and then back. Then use your feet to push down and engage the legs. Inhale, reach your arms straight up for Urdhva Hastasana. It's your choice. You can either connect the hands or keep them open. It's really up to you. Then as you exhale, bring that all the way down to your toes and hinge from the hips. Inhale, lift your chest up halfway. Try to bring your shoulders 2 inches higher than your hips, so you actually feel the back muscles start to engage. On your exhale, bring your hands down and step your right foot back. Lower your right knee down very gently and then uncurl your right toes. As you start to uncurl the right toes, take an inhale to send your arms straight up for a low lunge. Now in this low lunge, go ahead and bring your hands onto your hips immediately. And then to take any pressure off your right knee here, you're gonna push the top of the right foot down so it starts to lift the knee just a little bit, but it's not coming all the way off the mat. Now take your index fingers and hold onto your hip points and your thumbs right above your bum. And then on the inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, push your bum down. So now you have the front of that right leg starting to undo some major work. Good, now send the arms back up. Take a big breath, inhale from here. Exhale, take the hands behind the low back and interlace with your right thumb on top. Keep the lower belly pulling in and then up so you're protecting the low back. And then inhale, yogis, very lightly, just start to draw the knuckles back towards the heels. Chest starts to rise for 3, 2, and 1. Undo it, bring your hands down, frame your left foot. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee up, inhale. Then as you exhale, step your left foot back, pause in plank pose. Take a big breath in plank. You can always rest on your knees if you need it. Then exhale, come all the way down to the belly. Coming on down to the belly, instead of chaturanga, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the low back. Then open up, exhale, let all the heat go. Inhale, draw the shoulders up, down, and back. Lift your heels up. Stay on the soft part of your belly. Try not to take the hip points down. And then feel like your tailbone was getting longer, but also your heart was getting taller. 3, good, 2, and then 1. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Now inhale, press up, tabletop position, hands and knees. Exhale, tuck the toes, shift back, and find downward facing dog. Take 1 full breath, inhale here. Exhale, bring your right foot forward between the hands and then lower the left knee down. Now as you start to bring the left knee down, go ahead and bring your fingertips down on the mat and lift your palms up. It's kind of like that, the character from Adam's Family, the little hand. And then push your fingertips down, lift your chest, look up. If you ever watched Adam's Family, that is. If you didn't, we got a problem. Exhale, yogis. You're gonna push your right heel down and start to fold up and over the right thigh. Forget about having a straight right leg here because we're gonna do this a couple times. Then when you're ready, rebend the right knee, lift the chest, look up. And then as you exhale, push the right heel down, fold up and over the right thigh. And you got 1 more just like that. So inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, push the right heel down. Now this time, walk your hands forward, we'll say, or rather backwards, 3 to 4 inches, and then bend your elbows back. And then start to note that your right hip wants to swing up. I want you to keep the right hip coming down. It's almost like your right hip and your left hip are trying to hug each other, right? And stay here for a couple breaths. Heel stays down, yogis. It's important that the toes and the knee on the right leg are pointed straight up. And again, if you have a bend in the right knee here, it's not the end of the world. Again, you're just undoing your body from a sticky plane ride. Good. We'll take one more big breath in. And then exhale, take the right knee, bend it. Hands come forward to frame that. Inhale, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee up. Exhale, step your left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, find a flat back, lift the chest. Exhale, bring it all the way down to your toes and hinge from the hips. Now come up to standing. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring the palms to the heart center, and then release the hands down to the side body. Side two. Inhale, reach the arms straight up. So use your feet root high. Exhale, bring it all the way down to the toes, forward fold as you hinge from the hips. Inhale, lift the chest up halfway. Again, shoulders high enough you feel the back turn on. Exhale, we'll step the left foot back, and then we'll lower the left knee down very gently. Uncurl your left toes behind you. So again, right away, so we start to take pressure off the left knee. You're going to push the top of the left foot down so it feels like your left knee wanted to lift. Then ground your right foot. Inhale, send your arms straight up. Low lunge, mini anjane. Arms come straight up and over your head. Exhale right away, bring the hands onto the hips. So again, pressure off the knee by pushing the top of the left foot down. Index fingers back on your hip points, the little bikini bones, and then your thumbs are right above your butt there. On the inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, push your butt slightly down. Keep all that, and then draw the hands behind the low back, interlace with your left thumb on top. Draw the shoulders up, back, and down for a moment. Then inhale, yogis, pull the knuckles slightly back, but lift the heart up. Watch the low back here, so pull the lower belly in and up. You're here for 3. Good, for 2, and then 1. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame your right foot. Inhale, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee up. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Then take a big breath in, to hold your plank. Exhale, come all the way down to the belly. And as you come on down, interlace the fingers behind the low back again. And this time, guys, try to take the opposite thumb on top. So if you're right-handed, try to use your left thumb on top. If you're left-handed, you get the picture. Draw the shoulders down the back, open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Then inhale, lift your chest, pull your knuckles back towards your heels. Watch the compression in the low back. So pull the lower belly in and up for 3. Good, 2, and 1. Exhale, release, hands come underneath the shoulders. Inhale, press up, tabletop position, hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Stay here for the inhale, so breathe and recover. Exhale, bring your left foot forward between your hands, and then lower the right knee down gently. Uncurl the right toes, push the fingertips back down into the earth. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Good, now as you start to lift the chest here, guys, again, forget about having a straight left leg because it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Push the left heel down so the left toes start to lift, and then fold up and over the left thigh lightly. And then we'll try that again 2 more times. So rebend the knee. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, push the left heel down, fold up and over the left thigh. Here's your last and final one. Rebend the knee. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, this time, yogis, as you straighten it out, walk the fingertips back a good 4 inches or so, and then push the heel down, toes and knee pointed straight up towards the ceiling on the left foot. Try to bring the shoulders down the back. So think about your chest going further forward. And then again, that left hip wants to get sneaky and it wants to lift up. I want you to keep the left hip down. So the outer left hip is trying to hug the outer right hip. Stay here a couple breaths. Yeah, and again, feel the length of the back of the left leg. Good. Take one more big breath in. And then exhale, rebend your left knee. Walk your hands forward, frame your foot. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot forward to meet the left. Then inhale, flat back, lift the chest up and out. Exhale, bring it down to your toes and hinge from the hips. Come up to standing. As use your feet, rise up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring the palms to the heart center and release the hands down to the side body. Good, just a normal salutation to get you guys back down to down dog. Inhale, reach the arms straight up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring it all the way down to the toes and hinge from your hips. Good. Inhale, lift the chest halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bring your hands down. And this time, walk your feet all the way back to down dog. So as you start to come back to down dog, let's take a child's pose just to breathe, but more importantly, to let the hips release. So draw the knees out to the wide edges of your mat. Let your big toes be best friends at the back. And then sink your bum down into your heels. As you walk the hands forward, rest your forehead down on the mat. With your forehead resting down, yogis, you can choose to rock your forehead side to side a couple times if that feels nice. Give yourself a little mini massage. Good, and then from there, inhale, rise up. Tabletop position, hands and knees, all fours. Any hip you want to choose, lean onto one side. So either left or right. And then you're going to swing your legs in front of you. As you start to swing your legs in front of you, yogis, let's start to undo the inner thighs a bit. So draw the soles of the feet together to touch and let the knees butterfly open in Supta Baddha Konasana. Notice if your knees are going really, 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 really tall here, you can take a blanket or a block and sit underneath it to get a little bit of a lift. Then from there, hang on to your feet, bring your shoulders up, back, and down. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, yogis, just start to fold up and over the thighs here. Think a little more restorative here. So forget about having a flat back. You can round a little bit. Then another big breath in. As you exhale, let the body fold. Good. Again, just feeling the release of the inner thighs. Big breath in. Exhale, we fold. And again, full breath, inhale. Exhale, fold. You can even walk the hands out in front of you if that feels good. One more big breath in. Exhale, we fold. Now the head hangs heavy and you rest, you recover. Let's stay here for just a couple breaths, yogis. So again, think about undoing all that stickiness. Head stays heavy, no tension in the neck. And slowly inhale, start to rise on back up. Good, bring your hands to the outer edges of your hips and then bring your legs out long in front of you and just go ahead and bounce the knees up and down, get the pressure off the knees. All right, with pressure coming off the knees, take a nice deep bend in your right knee so the right foot comes to the inside of the left thigh. With the right foot coming to the inside of the left thigh, yogis, I actually want you to stay here. Take your right hand to the outer edge of the right hip. Just an easy upright twist. Inhale, send the left arm up. Exhale, hug your right knee in towards your chest and then use your right elbow. Now try to keep your chin in line with your heart. Yeah, so the common tendency is to try to look past the shoulder. For today's practice, I want you to keep the chin in line with the heart. And every inhale, you're feeling the chest almost rise up a little bit higher. And then every exhale, you're using the right hand so you get a little bit of a deeper twist. Another big breath, inhale through the nose. Then exhale to find the twist. Good, last final inhale. Exhale, twist. Go ahead and undo that. And then come up and over to the left side with your hands. Find a little counter stretch. Feels yummy. All right, guys, come back to center. Right leg goes out. Nice deep bend in your left knee, so the left foot is resting on the inside of the right thigh. Now with the left foot on the inside of the thigh, take the left hand to the outer edge of the left hip. Inhale, send your right arm straight up. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest, and then start to turn your chin in line with the chest. Look towards the left. Again, don't let the chin go past the heart, so keep that in line. So the inhale is lengthening our chest up. The exhale, we get to hug ourselves and twist. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, hug and twist. One more. Big breath in. Exhale, hug and twist. And then slowly undo that. Take the hands to the outer right side and then a quick counter stretch. This is always my favorite. All right, let's come back to center. As you come back to center, you're slowly going to lower your way down to your back. So any way you want to get there, guys, just start to make your way back down. And then coming on down to your back, we'll bend the knees so the bottom of the feet are resting down. About hip width distance is totally cool. Take the right leg up towards the ceiling like you wanted to kick it away. And then flex your right toes towards your face. That means point the toes towards your face. So you're looking at your toenails. And then cross your right ankle over the left knee. So we love turning on the foot here. We kind of let it go limp. I want you to keep the foot active so the toes are still engaged. Now the right hand is going to go in between that little pocket you just made with your legs, and the left hand is going to reach for the back side of the left thigh. And you have two choices. You can interlace behind the left thigh, or you can interlace at the shin. What I want you to be able to do is breathe here, right? So if one's not supporting the other, back off the posture a bit. Good, and then every inhale, create some space in the body. So feel yourself inflating. Now as you exhale, you're slowly pulling your thigh or your shin closer in towards your chest. Notice that your right knee wants to swing forward. Don't push it. It doesn't want to be pushed. Good. Take a big breath, inhale through the nose. Good. As you exhale, feel yourself hug the thigh in even closer. And you'll notice, yogis, that the more you connect your right ankle to your left knee here, the further forward the right knee will go. Keep your low back down on the mat. It's going to want to lift. Keep it glued. Good. Just a couple breaths here. If you had enough time and you wanted this to be a little bit longer, you could always take this for about 5 minutes on each side. Good. Last final full breath, inhale. And then exhale, we're going to undo that. You're going to step the bottom, you're going to enjoy how awesome that feels. And then step the bottom of the right foot down. It really is my favorite. Then yogis, inhale, take the left leg straight up. Flex the toes towards your face. So take a look at your pedicure or your lack thereof pedicure. And then take the left ankle over the right knee. And as you take the left ankle over the right knee, yogis, left hand goes in between that pocket you made with your legs. Right hand goes for either the hamstring or the shin. Up to you, whatever's going to feel best. And then connect the left ankle to the right knee here. Notice that your left knee, again, wants to go forward. Don't push on it. The joints do not want to be pushed. Then every inhale, think about creating some space in your body. Good. Lengthening the low back. Good. Exhale, you can assume the space and really diving into the breath. Good. Full breath, inhale. Good. Long, deep breaths, exhale. Couple more here, yogis. Discomfort is totally fine. Active pain, like, ouch, this really hurts, I want you to back off of this. Find that edge. Last big breath in. And exhale, undo it. Good. Now this time as you undo it, bring the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a wide-legged hug. Yeah, keep the low back down. And then take your hands and grab a hold of the big toes or just grab a hold of the inner arches of the feet there. Bring your heels up towards the ceiling. Yeah, keep the knees bent. Yeah, find the length of your spine. So from the crown of the head all the way down to the tip of the tailbone, stay down, and then rock that side to side, left to right, right to left, happy baby. Release the groins. Good. And once you're done there, yogis, bring the knees back of the chest. A little squeeze, a big breath in, and then an exhale into your Shavasana. Good. And as you take your Shavasana, you close the eyes, you start to settle in, and you turn off the breath. And just let yourself go. As always, I invite you guys to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. You can always just hit pause until you're ready to come out. When you are ready to come out, wiggle your ears and your toes. And roll out the wrist and roll out the ankles. And send your arms up and over your head. Take a big breath in. Get that yum yawn out. Nice deep bend in the knees. Roll onto one side with the lower arm bone acting as a pillow. And the second hand pushes down, brings you up to a seat. And we fold the palms at the heart. We bow the chin into the chest. And namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Until next time, I'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, subscribe, comment, like, and share, and tell all your friends so that I can continue making more yoga videos for you guys. Until next time, you rock.